This is NiKo, and he's probably one of the best riflers in CSGO. Today, I'm going to be breaking down his historic 30 kill half versus Imperial and show you why his insane aim doesn't exactly tell the whole story here. So starting off with the very first round, NiKo was looking pretty good with a solid little 3k in the pistol round. This allowed him to purchase up an M4 for the next round where he managed to stay alive while picking up a few kills along the way. Now we're headed into the first gun round, and he was one of the few members on G2 with a rifle, so he really needs to make it count here. In this round, NiKo will make his way towards cave, which is his default position on the map. Let's quickly take a look at some of the utility that he uses. The nade that he throws here is used to slow down any T-side players progressing up towards cave early. This gives NiKo a slight edge in the timing when getting to the cave entrance, which may allow him to make an aggressive play if he so chooses. To throw the nade, he simply aims above this wall while running and then left clicks. Since he throws the nade, he is also able to listen out and hear whether or not any players are trying to run up the lane to cave. Since he doesn't hear too much in this round, he is going to throw his Molotov off of the wall, and the important thing with this Molotov is that he is able to peek right into the lane just behind it, and since he is so close to the Molotov, he is very difficult to see behind the Molotov smoke. This gives him a significant advantage when swinging into these fights, and in this round he's going to drop the bomb, which throws this whole round into disarray for Imperial. In the very next round, NiKo is going to use the exact same Molotov, and you'll see this a lot from NiKo on this map, as it's a very key aspect of NiKo's game on this position. Now, of course, his mechanical ability here is just beautiful, but it's a lot easier for him to find these kills because of this Molotov, and the fact that Imperial members can't really see him or take an even fight here really helps out. Now, obviously, having a player like NiKo who has some of the best raw mechanical ability is going to allow him to win rounds that seem basically impossible, so let's keep that in mind when analyzing his gameplay. But just looking at this clip from the perspective of the Imperial players, I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous, and the Imperial players can barely even react to what he is doing. So yeah, there's a reason he is called one of the best riflers of all time. Another part of what makes NiKo so good is how he takes his fights. NiKo is very deliberate in what angles he takes and the timing of when he peaks. He plays his duels incredibly smart. In this round, NiKo is going to be playing up against a fast B-side hit from Imperial. He initially takes an off angle behind the pillar, and since he knows that the players entering the site cannot wrap around him, he's simply just going to wait for support before taking his next fight. The reason that this setup works is that HooXi is holding the push onto right side of NiKo, while NiKo is holding the push onto HooXi, and Menezes is just going to be here supporting. So after Menezes finds a quick little 2k, he's going to throw a high flash behind NiKo, and this allows him to find a great timing to find the rest of the players running up the lane late in the round. In round 12, NiKo shows us another little trick when playing this cave position. Now, at this point in the half, Imperial have started to throw a cave smoke at the start of the round to just help them take this control away from NiKo. However, NiKo still has a few tricks up his sleeves, and he's going to use this little pixel gap in the wall to spot Cello, who was trying to get control of the shelf position. So this is kind of hard to see, but if I slow down this footage and zoom in, you can see that NiKo actually spots Cello out, and this prompts him to spam through this wall and the smoke. So while this might seem a little bit random at first, it is actually a very calculated spam that works out incredibly well for NiKo. Towards the end of the half, we get to see another different look from NiKo. As for his utility, he is lacking a Molotov in this round, but he knows that he still needs to try and take some space towards the cave position. So after throwing his default nade, he will also just bounce a flash off of the back wall as he peeks into cave. This flash is great to just blind any players trying to take the cave fast. Now, also in this round, we can see that Imperial have thrown a smoke that has left a pretty significant gap for NiKo to take advantage of. Now, obviously, he does take this fight because he is incredibly confident, but even without this confidence, this is a pretty decent opening opportunity for his team. And NiKo is one of the best in the world at picking up these opportunities and pushing his team into a man advantage. Later in the round, NiKo is also going to smoke behind this pillar to extinguish the Molotov, then he will take up an off angle just next to the smoke, and this is a pretty sick off angle that is going to catch Joda completely off guard. As we switch to Joda's perspective, you can see that he kind of sees the smoke at the entrance of the cave, and because he isn't going to assume that a player is actually playing in this position, he clears this a little bit carelessly, and NiKo is going to find a quick double despite the low HP from his first duel. In the final round of the half, NiKo starts out in the way that we have seen previously. He begins by throwing his nade, and then he bounces his Molotov to cover the cave entrance. Now, since he hears the T-side throw a smoke on the Molotov that Hooksy threw, NiKo knows that he can potentially clear this area out in front of cave for free. So he's going to progressively clear this angles, and this is one of NiKo's key strengths in terms of aim. He's always able to find the 1v1 kill when he is clearing angles like this. He is able to open up the round again by clearing out Jota, and after finding this kill, NiKo will use his smoke to prevent any trade onto him. Then he's just going to simply spam the wood here, and this wallbang is incredibly strong to find any players walking up the left side of lane towards this cave. He finds a quick kill onto Cello plus a ton of damage onto Vinny, and this locks in the 30 kills from NiKo before the half and concludes one of the most dominant CT side halves I have ever seen. So if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Peace out.